Preface of Mystery of a Hansom Cab by Fergus Hume. Read for LibriVox.org into the public domain. In its original form, The Mystery of a Hansom Cab has reached the sale of 375,000 copies in this country, and some few editions in the United States of America. Notwithstanding this, the present publishers have the best of reasons for believing that there are thousands of persons whom the book has never reached. The causes of this have doubtless been many, but chief among them was the form of the publication itself. It is for this section of the public chiefly that the present edition is issued. In placing it before my readers, I have been asked by the publishers thoroughly to revise the work, and at the same time to set at rest the many conflicting reports concerning it and myself which have been current since its initial issue. The first of these requests I have complied with, and the many typographic and other errors which disfigured the first edition have, I think I can safely say, now disappeared. The second request I am about to fulfil, but in order to do so, I must ask my readers to go back with me to the beginning of all things, so far as this special book is concerned. The writing of the book was due more to accident than to design. I was bent on becoming a dramatist, but being quite unknown, I found it impossible to induce the managers of the Melbourne theatres to accept, or even to read a play. At length it occurred to me I might further my purpose by writing a novel. I should at all events secure a certain amount of local attention. Up to that time I had written only one or two short stories, and The Cab was not only the first book I ever published, but the first book I ever wrote, so to youth and lack of experience must be ascribed whatever was wanting in the book. I repeat that the story was written only to attract local attention, and no one was more astonished than I when it passed beyond the narrow circle for which it had originally been intended. My mind made up on this point, I inquired of a leading Melbourne bookseller what style of book he sold the most of. He replied that the detective stories of Gaboriau had a large sale, and as at this time I had never even heard of this author, I bought all his works, 11 or thereabouts, and read them carefully. The style of these stories attracted me, and I determined to write a book of the same class, containing a mystery, a murder, and a description of low life in Melbourne. This was the origin of The Cab. The central idea, i.e., the murder in a cab, came to me while driving at a late hour to St. Kilda, a suburb of Melbourne, but it took some time and much thought to work it out to a logical conclusion. I was 2 months sketching out the skeleton of the novel, but even so, when I had written it, the result proved unsatisfactory, for I found I had not sufficiently well concealed the mystery upon which the whole interest of the book depended. In the first draft I made Frettlby the criminal, but on reading over
Sample complete. Ready to continue?